So I'm feeling a little. Niggas be extra tough and no fucking right. I'm feeling a little inspired to do. It's like it's giving message, topic, rant, discussion, all of the above type of vibe. But I feel like it's something that needs to be talked about, and it's like me, myself, and I personally, I'm tired of shying away from the situation or the topic, not necessarily the situation, but the topic of this discussion, just to like parade around other people's feelings, and it's like it's the dawn of Aquarius. It's the dawn of truth. God damn it. So let's. I want to talk about. This is a topic discussion on women holding other women accountable or women not holding other women accountable. Specifically black women, I have to specify with those type of things for obvious reasons. However, if you are a non-black woman and this resonates, then hey, take it with you. Do with it what you please. But like I said, black women, the lack of accountability that we have for each other is very detrimental for us as a collective. So I have like an example, right? For instance, the Krishan Rock and Dollar Bill situation, or whatever the fuck his name is. Shit like that. Now, I did pay somewhat attention to them over the last year and some change or whatever, for research purposes, damn near for this moment, right? It's something that I noticed. Really, I feel like this situation is what helped me notice that like black women do not hold other black women accountable. But yes, like I said, the whole Krishan Rock situation, and me just being one of the many people who was watching the toxicity like unfold over social media for all those months. And her now being a mother, a single mother, her having to raise her child without the father in the child's life, right? And how she is like crying out over this shit on social media. Here's my thing though, right? I noticed that for a long ass time there were so many women who I personally knew as well, who were coddling. I ain't even gonna say Krishan because I don't feel like the coddling and the whole just not holding accountability. Like I feel like it comes from a deeper rooted place outside of this. For some reason, y'all have a soft spot for this stranger who is publicly fucking up their life for everybody to see and for all y'all to chime into. Like I feel like it was deeper for that reason, more so like self, like it triggers a reflection of self, and that's why there were so many women who didn't want to say shit, who didn't honestly speak on things because they could see themselves in Krishan, and they didn't want to speak the truth in return shaming themselves, or maybe they knew somebody that was similar to Krishan in a similar situation. And so it's just like it's shit like that keeps women from opening their mouths and speaking the fucking truth, thinking that they doing somebody a favor when really that's some evil ass shit. Really, you doing way more harm by sitting the fuck back and not saying nothing, not holding your sister accountable for her motherfucking actions. Y'all up here coddling bitches for doing the most crazy shit, and then once things don't pan out on however they thought it was, and they like, woe is me, woe is me. Once again, here come black women on the rescue to come coddle a motherfucker instead of being like, well, let's look at this now. But back to what I was saying. Like I said, I'm seeing her cry out over social media. And this is not me saying that like her emotions or her crying out is not valid. What I am saying is, you knew this nigga wasn't shit. You knew this nigga was not about to take care of your child. You knew this nigga was not about to be in your child's life. You knew he was abusive. You knew this. This is not a surprise. So why all of a sudden now that you went through 9 months of pregnancy, you've actually pushed the child out of your fucking vagina, you've continued this nigga's bloodline for him. Why now all of a sudden, once again, is woe is me? And like I said, even for me, this is not specifically for Krishan, but this energy of not holding self accountable and other women not holding other women accountable. For me, it's, I don't necessarily feel that bad for you, considering you knew what the fuck you was doing. You was an active participant of this shit. Like, you was an active participant. You were aware. You knew who you were dealing with. You knew what you were up against. You knew. You had the opportunity to not go through with the pregnancy. You had the opportunity to leave that shit in the dust, and you chose not to. So what do you think is going to happen? There is going to be consequences and repercussions. There are going to be cause and effects. There's going to be shit that comes after that shit, after those seasons that you decide to choose. There's going to be shit that comes behind it, and you just got to fucking deal with it. And I'm not here for not holding women accountable for their own actions and shit. I'm just not here for that. Especially since, I mean, shit, God held me accountable for my shit. Like, I had to go through the cause and effect. I had to suffer the consequences of my own actions time and time again until shit clicked in my motherfucking head that there was something that I needed to change within myself, instead of pointing the finger back at, well, you did this and you did that and you did this and you did that. Because I say a good 98% of the time, a lot of the shit that comes to us is destined to come our way, specifically because we decided to make decisions that we fucking made. We decided to make those decisions. There's fate and then there's destiny. Fate is, God wrote this down in your book for you at the beginning of your time. God said that whatever the fuck happens, this shit right here in this book gonna happen regardless, because I said so, because this is a part of the plan. Destiny is a cause and effect. This shit was destined to happen because you did X, Y, and Z. Therefore, these things are going to come behind that. It was destined to happen that way. If you have a child with a nigga who ain't shit, and not only you, but the whole entire world is aware of this shit. If you have a child with a nigga who is a child support daddy who don't eat shit, the nigga don't even want to pay child support, so he can't even call him child support daddy. A nigga who don't want to show up, a nigga who don't even love himself. He doesn't even love himself. The nigga hate his mother. A lot of these niggas hate their mothers, yet y'all open y'all legs up to these niggas. Y'all allow these niggas to spew they semen inside of y'all. Inside of us. I mean, I've been there too, so I ain't gonna act like I haven't been there. That's why I can see what the fuck's going on, and I can understand what's going on. But I ain't doing this shit no more, so that's what I'm saying, y'all type shit. But I've been there. But y'all popping them coochies open, letting these niggas let off one of you, not even understanding that, like, their seminal fluids, their shit. Not only is this giving you a potential to A, catch some shit from them, B, have a fucking child by them that you probably don't even fucking want, and they not even deserving of you to continue their fucking bloodline. But on top of it, I found out myself that a nigga's semen, once it is ejaculated into you, it is rewiring your DNA. This nigga is rewiring your fucking DNA with his fucking semen, with his fluid. That's fucking insane to me. So I'm just like, okay. And that's why we be so fucked up in the head. That's why we as women be so fucked up and digmatized by these niggas, about letting these niggas fuck on us and ejaculate their semen in us. That's why a lot of our heads be so gone. Because of the fucking fluids. Because of this shit. Doing this thing. Y'all have to do your own research on this shit. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no motherfucking doctor or nothing. But what I'm saying is true. So go do your research on how semen rewires the DNA of a woman when it is ejaculated inside of her, outside of getting her pregnant. But, yeah, like I was saying, like, we just gotta do better. Um, y'all was talking about that Christian shit. Yeah, it's just like I don't see how she or anybody else expected any difference or expected the nigga to be any different once a child got here. I don't know why y'all be thinking children gonna change dynamics after a motherfucker show you and tell you who they are. A lot of people tell y'all. They don't even show you, they tell you first, then show you, just to confirm. And we decide to stay, we decide to stick around. That's on us. If you are in a situation and the situation ends up becoming abusive, whether it's verbally, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, or physically, and you had signs before this abuse started to manifest itself out in this reality, this is not me saying that it's your fault, but it's me saying that it was your responsibility to see the signs and do something about it. Like, we have to take accountability as women for our own actions. We talk about how fucked up niggas are, and yes, a lot of niggas are. 98%. There's 2% of niggas who have a chance. The rest of them, it's over. But this is besides the fucking point. We talk about how fucked up men are, not realizing that without the women, without us here setting an example, without the divine feminine being on her throne and setting an example, like, these niggas not gonna know shit. They're not gonna do shit. They're not gonna do better. They're not gonna know better. Like, this a deeper topic for a different time, so I'll come back to that later. But what the fuck was I saying? Yeah, I kind of forget. I ain't forget, but I forgot where I stopped it. I know I was saying something about like not expecting a nigga to show you any differently just because you have a child. Mm, I was talking about abuse in there somewhere. It'll come back. But the point that I'm making is I just need black women to stop with this guilt and this shame of feeling like just because you hold a black woman accountable that something's wrong with this. I don't fucking know. Like, I haven't really got the verbiage yet to really, describe what it is that I'm witnessing while I'm observing with the collective of black women on why they are so hesitant on holding other black women accountable for their actions. And it's just like that Carly Russell situation. Like, that's also another prime example outside of rock. Like, black women being afraid to open their mouth and say, now sis, you was goddamn motherfucking wrong for this shit. You was goddamn fucking wrong. And it's like, what is wrong with saying it? Okay. This was a download that I had got. I understand, or more say the channel. I understand that, like, I understand the trope of, like, black women have it the worst. As a black woman. I do understand that for hundreds of years, that has been our reality of us being at the bottom of the totem pole. However, that no longer has to be our reality moving forward. And if we're gonna change that shit, it's our reality, we need to act the fuck accordingly. And with doing that comes accountability. Accountability feels like an attack when you ain't used to this shit. That was something else. But yeah, it's just like, I feel like a lot of black women, whether they realize it or not, are more protective of the public image of black women, which causes them not to speak up and say what needs to be said, like the Carly Russell situation. There was a lot of black women coming to her defense to make sure she came home, and then when she came home and people realized that there were some things that were not true, not saying that she deserved to be bashed or ridiculed publicly. However, there should have been way more black women holding her ass the fuck accountable. Just like more women should be holding Krishan accountable for her own fucking actions. These are people that y'all glorify and that y'all idolize and that y'all pretend like y'all actually give a fuck about. But when it comes to real ass shit like that, motherfuckers ain't got nothing to say. And I feel like that's definitely a reflection on how y'all operate in real life with your own self and with your own family, with your own people. Yeah, we just gotta do better. Like, we just gotta do better. And it's like, open your fucking mouth. Like, say something. Like, don't be a hypocrite, but still have that balance and discernment and knowing when to say and what to say and how to say it. Y'all need to hold each other accountable. We need to hold each other accountable. But y'all need to hold each other accountable. Because I've been working on my accountability. Always working on my accountability for self. Always working on this shit. But also making sure that I hold other people around me accountable, specifically black women. Because we need to do it for each other. Like, period, point blank. Like, no more of this victim mentality ass shit. No more of this victim mindset. Like, even if you have been victimized, this is not me victim shaming. This is not me saying that like everything bad that has happened in your life has happened because of you. That's not what I'm saying. However, I'm saying at some point, all of us need to get the fuck real with ourselves and realize the part that we play in our own demise in situations where we have brought ourselves down, but instead of saying I fucked up, it's like this is what I did and now I have to take responsibility for my actions. Instead of saying that, a lot of times we point the finger back and say you. You know how many people leave this fucking earth, they die with that type of energy, knowing that they ain't never got their shit right within themselves, knowing that they never did the shadow work and the healing that they needed to do to elevate. And so they die. And then guess what? They gotta come right back to this bitch in another body with the same soul to go through the same fucking lessons that they had all the opportunities to learn and apply in this lifetime. They had the fucking opportunities. The only time, I ain't gonna say the only time, but a lot of times we be victims of our own bullshit. A lot of times we be victims to our own bullshit. Not all the times, but a lot of times. So yeah, I think I got the message out. And if you don't like it, then oh fucking well. Okay, bye.